Okay, so imagine this. We've got a sales team.
Okay.
And they're not just, good.
Huh.
They're like amazingly good. They can kind of predict what customers want before the customers even know themselves.
Wow.
Like they're closing deals left and right with crazy accuracy.
Sounds like something out of a movie.
Right. It's like, is this the future? Well, actually, it's kind of happening right now with AI.
It's incredible how AI is changing things.
It is. And that's exactly what we're diving into today.
Okay.
We've got 5 case studies of real companies using AI to totally boost their sales.
Love good case studies.
Me too. And these are good ones. We're going to see how AI can do everything from coaching sales agents to making super accurate sales forecasts.
I'm excited to unpack these.
Me too. Each one shows a different way AI can tackle some of the biggest sales challenges.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, first up is Takeda Oncology.
Okay.
They're a, big pharma company focused on cancer treatments.
And lots of businesses.
Okay.
They were trying to figure out how to best educate healthcare providers about their products.
Right. It's a tough market.
Super tough. It's really crowded.
Yeah.
And it's hard to, stand out from the crowd.
Yeah. You really got to have a good strategy.
Totally. And Takeda Oncology, they didn't want to just do the same old thing, the one-size-fits-all approach.
Right.
They wanted to give their sales team information that was super specific to each doctor.
I see.
Something that would really resonate.
That's smart.
So they brought in AI to help.
Okay, how so?
They teamed up with a company called ZS.
I've heard of them.
Yeah, to create this AI application.
Okay.
And it analyzes how individual physicians make decisions about treatments.
Wow.
It's the AI is shadowing each doctor.
Interesting.
Learning their preferences and patterns.
Yeah, makes sense.
So it looks at all sorts of data.
Like what?
Past prescriptions, treatment guidelines they follow.
Even research papers they've published.
Oh, yeah.
It builds this really detailed profile of each doctor.
So how does that actually help the sales team?
Well, the sales team gets updates from the AI.
Regular updates.
Yeah, like a cheat sheet for each doctor. It basically tells them exactly what's important to that specific physician.
Interesting.
The things that will really resonate with them.
Yeah.
Based on how they approach treating the patients.
So it's each conversation is totally tailored.
Exactly. It turns each sales meeting into a super targeted conversation.
That's powerful.
It is. It's like having this, secret weapon that can anticipate what the doctor needs and is concerned about.
Before they even walk in the door.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really impressive.
Okay, so next we're diving into ACI Corporation.
Okay.
They're a health insurance company, and they were dealing with a really common problem.
What's that?
Low conversion rates.
Yeah.
They had a large sales force,
wow.
But they were closing less than 5% of their leads.
Woof, that's tough.
Yeah, and especially when you're dealing with something like insurance, which can be, complicated.
Right, lots of back and forth.
Exactly. It's not always easy to explain.
Not at all.
And the sales agents, they kind of needed an extra hand.
To help navigate those conversations.
Yeah, exactly.
So what did they do?
Well, they found that helping hand in an AI tool.
Really?
Yeah. It's called SalesSkin. It's a real-time sales agent assistance tool.
Interesting.
And get this, it connects right into their CRM and dialer system.
That's pretty seamless.
So here's how it works. While the sales agent is on a call with a potential customer, the AI is listening in.
No way.
And analyzing everything.
Everything that's being...
Yeah, it's using something called natural language processing to figure out what's going on.
So it's the AI can understand the nuances.
Yeah. It's like reading between the lines.
Picks up on tone of voice.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's the words they're using.
Yeah, even pauses.
That's amazing.
Then, based on all that, it gives the agent prompts and guidance.
In real time.
While they're on the call.
So it's like a little AI coach.
Whispering in their ear.
Wow.
Giving them advice and strategies.
Perfectly timed.
Yeah, based on what the customer's saying.
That's incredible.
So, did it work?
I'm guessing yes.
It did. Their conversion rates went up to 6.5%.
That's a big jump.
Huge. And they started attracting better leads, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, their qualified leads went from 45.5% to 64.1%.
Wow, that's impressive.
And, bonus, the AI also boosted product knowledge.
Across the whole team.
Across the whole team.
It's amazing.
More sales, better leads, and a smarter team. It's the trifecta.
It really is.
Now, let's talk about sales training.
Okay.
It's not always the most exciting topic.
Not really.
But it's like so important.
It is, for sure.
This next case study is about Druva.
Okay.
It's a data resiliency company, and they were trying to, spice up their sales training.
Yeah, make it more effective.
Yeah, because it's a common problem, right?
Totally.
Traditional sales training videos, they can be so dry.
Yeah, and often way too long.
So long, and they don't always focus on the most important stuff.
Easy to tune out.
Totally. And that's exactly what Druva was facing.
So what do they do?
They decided to, get creative.
Okay.
They went with an AI video platform called Synthesia.
Oh,
and it can create these, mock sales scenarios.
Using AI?
Yeah, using AI avatars and voices.
I've seen some of those.
They're so realistic.
It's wild.
I know, right? And the crazy thing is, Druva managed to, condense 2 hours.
2 hours of what?
2 hours of training material.
Okay.
Down to under 30 minutes.
Wow, that's a huge difference.
I know. Talk about efficiency.
Yeah, that's incredible.
And it seems like it really helped.
How so?
Well, the sales team was way more engaged.
With the shorter videos.
Yeah, and they remembered the information better.
It makes sense, right?
Totally. Shorter, more focused, way more effective.
I wonder what else they could use this for.
Right. It could be used for so many things.
Not just sales training.
Yeah, any kind of training.
It's really exciting.
Okay, so let's move on to Capgemini.
Okay.
They're a technology consulting firm.
Uh-huh.
And, they've got a ton of products and services.
Okay.
It's kind of overwhelming, actually.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Their big challenge was keeping their sales playbook up to date.
Okay.
And making sure their sales team had the right information.
At the right time.
Right. It's like drinking from a fire hose, you know?
That totally.
There's just so much information.
And it changes so quickly.
All the time. Yeah. So they needed a way to, cut through all the noise.
To focus on what matters.
Exactly. And, find the best leads.
That's key.
So they brought in Aptivio.
Okay.
It's an AI platform specifically for buyer intent.
Interesting.
And this AI is like a super sleuth.
In what way?
It integrates with all their existing sales and marketing tech, and it analyzes buyer behavior and something called buyer intent signals.
What are those?
It's like, imagine you're going to buy a new phone.
Right.
You start reading reviews, comparing prices.
Right.
Maybe even going to a store to check out different models.
Sure.
All those actions, they're signals that you're thinking about buying.
Yeah, okay.
And that's what this AI looks for.
I see.
Those digital breadcrumbs.
That suggests someone is ready to buy.
Exactly.
So that's really clever.
So it's like a digital detective.
I like that.
Figuring out who's most likely to buy.
So the sales team doesn't waste time.
Yeah. They can focus on the hottest leads.
Did it work?
It totally did. They saw a 40% increase in both sales-ready leads and high-intent leads.
Wow. That's a big improvement.
Huge. It really shows the power of AI.
To analyze all that data?
Yeah, and pinpoint the best leads.
Work smarter, not harder.
Exactly. Okay, last but not least, we've got Rogers Communications.
Okay, I know.
Yeah, big telecom company.
Uh-huh.
And they were struggling with something a lot of companies struggle with.
What's that?
Sales forecasting.
Yeah.
It's so important.
It is. You got to be able to predict how much you're going to sell.
Yeah, to plan effectively.
It's tough.
Super tough, especially in a fast-paced market.
Things change so quickly.
Rogers wanted to get away from, gut feelings.
Yeah, and just using spreadsheets.
They wanted something more data-driven.
For really understand their sales pipeline.
So they decided to try Sales Choice.
Okay.
It's an AI-powered insight engine.
Insight engine.
And it pulls in data from all across their sales operation.
Wow.
Gives them a 360-degree view.
Of everything.
Of everything. And it doesn't just, collect the data. It analyzes it.
Okay.
And finds patterns that, we might miss.
The human eye might miss.
Yeah. So it's like having this super-powered analyst.
That can make sense of all that data.
Yeah. And here's the really cool part. It doesn't just look ahead.
Okay.
It helps identify potential problems.
Early on.
Early on in the sales cycle.
So you can fix them before it's too late.
Yeah. It's like a heads up.
That a deal might be in trouble.
Exactly.
That's incredibly valuable.
And it gives them time to, intervene and maybe save the deal.
So you're not just seeing what might happen, you're understanding why.
Exactly. And you can actually change the outcome.
That's the power of AI.
So how did it work out for Rogers?
They must have seen some good results.
They did. They hit 80% sales forecasting accuracy.
Wow. That's amazing.
And they could predict potential losses early in the sales cycle.
With what accuracy?
90% accuracy.
That's incredible.
It's like they traded their crystal ball for this AI insight engine.
And it's working way better.
Way better. So there you have it.
5 amazing examples.
5 examples of how companies are using AI to, completely change the sales game.
From personalized coaching to predictive analytics.
Even AI-powered training videos.
It's clear that AI is more than just a buzzword.
It's the real deal.
Making a real difference.
We've seen how AI can, personalize sales interactions.
Make training more effective.
We brought incredible insights into buyer behavior.
Even predict future trends.
And these companies have seen real benefits.
Real results.
More sales, better leads.
And more engaged teams.
It's not just a futuristic concept anymore.
It's here now.
AI is a practical tool.
It's having a huge impact on sales.
And we've only just scratched the surface.
There's so much more to come.
As AI technology gets even better, we can expect to see even more innovative applications.
In the world of sales.
And probably in lots of other fields, too.
I think so.
But, like with any powerful technology,
right,
we need to think about the implications.
The good and the bad.
Exactly.
It's important to be aware of the potential downsides.
We'll dig into all that in the next part of our deep dive.
Looking forward to it. So welcome back to our deep dive into AI in sales.
We just finished looking at some pretty cool case studies, right?
Definitely. It's amazing to see how AI is already changing the way companies sell.
It really is like a revolution.
Yeah. It's not just hype anymore. It's actually happening.
And it's making a real difference, too.
From personalized sales coaching to
crazy accurate forecasts.
The possibilities are endless,
I know. It's kind of mind-blowing to see AI in action.
It really highlights how powerful AI is, for analyzing all that data.
And finding those insights that, humans might miss.
Exactly.
But there's always a but, right?
Right. We need to think about, the downsides, too.
Absolutely. Any powerful technology, we need to make sure we're using it responsibly.
Where do we even begin with the potential downsides of AI in sales? It's a huge topic.
Well, a good place to start is the data itself.
Okay, the data.
AI systems, they learn from data, right?
Right.
And if that data contains biases,
the AI can, perpetuate those biases.
Can you give me an example of that?
Yeah, so imagine an AI system that's trained on historical sales data.
Okay.
And that data, let's say, reflects gender biases.
Okay. The
AI might learn to, favor male customers over female customers.
Even if that's not the intention.
Exactly. It's just learning from the data it's been given.
That's kind of scary, actually.
It is. It really highlights how important it is to, choose the right data.
And make sure those algorithms are fair.
Right. We don't want AI systems discriminating against certain groups of people.
Absolutely not. Another thing that comes to mind is privacy.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
AI in sales often involves, collecting a lot of data about customers.
Right. So what are some of the privacy concerns we should be thinking about?
Well, we need to be thinking about how that data is being used, how securely it's stored, and whether customers have actually given their consent for that data to be used.
It's a tricky balance, because on the one hand, those personalized recommendations can be really helpful.
Yeah, they can.
And targeted marketing, if it's done right, it can make shopping so much easier.
I agree.
But if people feel like their privacy is being invaded,
or their data is being misused,
right, that's going to erode trust.
Yeah, big time.
So transparency is super important.
Customers need to know what's going on.
Exactly. Companies need to be upfront about how they're using AI and customer data.
And give people the option to, opt out.
Or control their preferences.
Right. Okay, so beyond data privacy, there's also the question of jobs.
Ah, yes, the robots are coming for our jobs.
Well, maybe not robots, but AI could automate a lot of the tasks that salespeople do now.
Right.
So what happens to those salespeople?
It's a valid concern. It's something we need to think about carefully. I don't think AI will ever fully replace humans in sales, though.
Sales is so much about relationships.
It is.
Understanding complex needs, giving personalized advice.
Right. Things that AI can't really do.
At least not yet.
AI can enhance human capabilities.
Yeah.
But it's not a replacement for, human empathy.
Or creativity.
Problem solving, all those things.
So what's the future look like? Do you think it's more of a collaboration?
I think so.
Where AI and humans work together?
Yeah.
Each doing what they do best?
Exactly. AI can handle, the data analysis, the routine tasks.
Okay.
And that frees up human salespeople to focus on the higher value things.
Building relationships, closing those complex deals.
Exactly.
It's an exciting idea, but it also means we need to, retrain people.
Yes. We need to equip salespeople with the skills to work alongside AI.
Help them understand its capabilities and its limitations.
And we need to foster a culture of, continuous learning.
In sales organizations.
Yeah, things are changing so fast.
We still need to adapt.
Okay, so we've talked about data bias, privacy, jobs.
Uh-huh.
Are there any other potential downsides to AI in sales?
Well, one that's often overlooked is manipulation.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
AI could be used to deceive customers.
Definitely a possibility. How do you think that might play out?
Well, imagine an AI system that analyzes a customer's online behavior and their emotional cues, and then uses that information to craft a sales pitch.
That's specifically designed to exploit their vulnerabilities.
Yeah, their insecurities.
It's like using AI to, nudge people into buying things they don't really want.
Or need.
Yeah. It's a slippery slope.
It is. We need ethical guidelines.
We do.
And regulations.
To make sure AI is being used responsibly.
To protect customers from manipulation.
It's a shared responsibility,
Yeah, everyone needs to be involved.
AI developers, businesses, policymakers.
And consumers need to be informed, too.
Absolutely.
They need to understand what's happening.
And make smart choices in this new world of AI-powered sales.
Okay, so let's step back for a minute.
Okay.
And think about the bigger picture.
The big picture.
How might AI in sales change the relationship between businesses and consumers?
That's a great question.
On the one hand, AI can make things more efficient, more personalized.
Right. Imagine AI anticipating your needs.
Recommending the perfect products.
Handling the entire transaction seamlessly.
It sounds so convenient.
It does. But could it also lead to, a less human approach to business?
I think that's a risk. We might lose that human touch.
Which is so important for building trust.
It's all about finding the right balance, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Using AI to enhance things. But not replacing human interaction completely.
Because we still need that connection.
We do. It's what makes business, human.
And as we navigate this changing landscape, it's important to keep talking about this.
Yes. Keep the conversation going.
Think about the implications of AI.
In sales and beyond.
It's complex.
It is. There's no easy answers.
But it deserves our attention.
Absolutely.
Because AI is shaping the future of sales.
It's already happening.
All right, so we're back.
Back for round 3.
And we've covered a lot of ground, right?
Definitely. We've seen some incredible ways companies are using AI in sales.
Yeah, amazing results.
But we've also talked about some of the,
the potential downsides, the things we need to be careful about.
Absolutely.
So in this last part, let's focus on solutions.
Okay, solutions.
How do we make sure AI in sales is used responsibly?
Yeah, ethically.
What can businesses do?
Policymakers.
Even consumers.
It feels like a big challenge.
It is a big challenge. I think the first step is moving beyond just talking about responsible AI.
Okay.
And actually putting those principles into practice.
So, what would that look like?
Well, we need clear guidelines, standards for how AI systems are developed and used in sales.
So not just vague ideas,
right,
but actual concrete actions.
Yeah, things companies can actually do.
Okay, I like that. So these guidelines, they could address things like data privacy.
Yeah, for sure.
Algorithm transparency, fairness, giving customers control over their own information.
Okay, that makes sense. But creating those guidelines, that sounds like a huge task.
It is a big task. It would require collaboration.
Between who?
Industry leaders, policymakers, maybe even ethicists.
Wow, so a whole team of experts.
Pretty much. We might even see, industry-specific standards emerge.
Or government regulation.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Okay, but how do we know those guidelines will actually work?
That's where I think independent audits could be really helpful.
Audits?
Yeah, think of it like a seal of approval.
Okay.
A third-party organization comes in, assesses an AI system, makes sure it's meeting ethical standards.
So businesses and customers can feel confident.
Exactly. It's like having a trusted referee.
Making sure everyone's playing by the rules.
I like that analogy.
Okay, so guidelines, audits.
What else?
Education.
Education is huge.
It is. We need to train developers.
Salespeople.
Consumers.
About the ethical implications of AI.
So they can understand the potential problems.
And make responsible choices.
Exactly. And we can't forget about jobs either.
Right. The potential for AI to replace jobs.
We need to be proactive about that.
Okay, so what can we do to help people whose jobs might be affected?
I think retraining programs are crucial.
Retraining.
Yeah, helping people learn new skills.
So they can adapt to this new world.
Exactly. And encouraging continuous learning within companies.
Right. Always be learning. Always be adapting.
The things are going to keep changing.
That's for sure. And from the consumer side, we need to empower people.
Give them the information they need.
To make informed decisions about AI in sales.
So clear information about how AI is being used.
Control over their own data.
Transparency in those algorithms.
It's about giving people a sense of, control.
Agency, yeah.
In this new landscape.
I think that's really important.
Okay, so any final thoughts before we wrap things up?
Just that we need to keep talking about this.
Yeah, keep the conversation going.
Businesses, policymakers, researchers, consumers.
All need to be involved.
Absolutely. It's a complex issue.
No easy answers.
But we need to keep working on it together.
I totally agree. Well, this has been an amazing deep dive.
It really has. I've learned so much.
Me too. I'm feeling, excited.
Yeah, excited, but also cautious.
Cautious optimism.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it.
AI has so much potential.
To transform the way we sell and buy.
But we got to be careful.
Thoughtful.
Make sure it benefits everyone.
Exactly. And to our listeners.
Yeah.
Keep exploring this topic. Keep asking questions.
Stay informed.
Be part of the conversation.
About how we create an ethical and beneficial future for AI.
In sales and beyond.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
Until next time.